So hi everyone again. Hope you're doing and you are great today. My name is Margarita and I'm a part of the ENGin team responsible for curriculum development and volunteer training in our organization. Today I'm going to give you the presentation and we will be talking about English Slang 2022. And today we have some volunteers who are going to help me. They're native speakers, so they will provide real life cases, real life situations, and they will help us to interact more and learn more about the slang in the English language. And I would like to meet them. There are three of them here. So the first one is Lillian. Lillian, can you say a few words about yourself for our learners to know you more?
Hi, I'm Lillian. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I go to high school, and a fun fact about me is that I play water polo.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you very much. That's great. Shristi, could you be the next to tell a few words about yourself?
Yeah, I live in Washington. I also am in high school and I like tennis.
Okay, great. That's perfect. And Genesis, hope that I pronounce your name correctly. Could you say a few words about yourself?
So I'm Genesis. I'm also a high school student and I'm a volunteer here in ENGin. I live in New York City and I like art.
Okay, that's perfect. Thank you very much for joining us today as well. And dear participants, dear ENGin students, let's try to learn more about our geography today. So could you please in our chat write your name and the city or the country where you're from and where you are now, so we can understand like which countries, which cities are present here in today's webinar. So please do it for us to know. Before we begin our practical part today, I would like to tell you a few rules for our webinar. Please let me know if you have some technical issues, if you cannot hear me well, or any other stuff. Let me know, write down in the chat, so it's necessary. Then please put yourselves on mute unless you speak, because some external noise will cause some problems in understanding. So be on mute when you speak, of course. Just don't follow this function. As I have already mentioned, this webinar will be recorded. So turn off your cameras if you don't feel comfortable being recorded. If you have any questions, please wait until the end to ask them or write them down in our chat. They will be answered at the end of our session. If you want to know more, if you need further clarifications, further support, please email me at this address and I will provide any other support that you need. And after our event, please take 5 minutes to fill out our feedback form about the training. You will get this link on your email addresses, and your thoughts and advice will be so helpful for me to improve further trainings and to make them more efficient. You know that in this webinar, you will learn more about American slang, about modern internet slang, including social medias like TikTok. And knowing how and when to use slang will help you to connect with and better understand your volunteers, will significantly enrich your vocabulary range, and will help to communicate more freely, expressively, and openly. So let's kick things off. Let's begin. Okay, let's initially look at one sample case. Girls will help me with that. So Tristy and Lillian, will you please role play this short part?
Dude, what's up?
Nothing much, just chilling after successfully finishing all my exams.
Oh, you're a goat. Great job.
Well, you see that, Lillian, you shouldn't be really upset because of being called goat. Not many people claim to be the goat, but those who are greatest of all time in the field. Most often, this acronym GOAT praises exceptional athletes, also musicians, people with different achievements, and other public figures and their achievements. For a native speaker, this conversation, this short dialogue, and the use of the word goat It's really easy to understand and is pretty common in everyday life for casual communication. But for English learners like we are, this type of informal English might sound incomprehensible and may cause problems in understanding. And that's because most students are used to learning proper textbook English like we have in our schools. And like ordinary conversation will sound like that. Girls, will you please help me now?
Hi, what are you doing right now?
Nothing, I'm just resting after my exams.
Oh, you did a good job.
Yeah, so these phrases, these kind of dialogue sounds very natural to us, just but not really to native speakers. And that real knowledge of a foreign language is first of all the ability to easily and without any rough efforts to communicate on any topic with its speakers, regardless of their gender, age, culture, and other individual characteristics. And slang is something many English learners are scared about and feel uncomfortable using slang. Textbooks don't teach slang and it's often ignored. And in fact, I understand why, because slang is constantly changing and more words appear every year. And slang is the liveliest speech you may hear in shops, cafes, clubs, public transport, on the street, while traveling abroad. And pop culture and youth culture tend to create new slang words and trends every day. Historically, that meant that the TV shows, pop and hip-hop music, movies and video games, popular with kids, teens, and young adults, influenced current slang. And of course, a significant part of it falls on the so-called non-literary vocabulary, slang, which we will talk today in today's webinar. If we give the short definition to the word slang, this is a series of words and expressions that originated in a separate group of people. Even within a single city, slang varies from district to district, which is the slang of Britain, Australia, Canada, and South Africa. And people use slang to make their speech to sound less dry, less formal. Slang allows you to relax and feel better. Okay, probably you might have a question. Well, where do I find the meaning of the slang words? Urban Dictionary, the name is written on the slide, is a resource for slang words and phrases, which has been operating under the motto Define Your World. It was originally created as a dictionary of slang or cultural words and phrases not typically found in standard dictionaries, but it is now used to define any word, event, or phrase. Any people can write here to the editorial and suggest their own word with its real explanation. Words and phrases in this dictionary may have multiple definitions, usage examples, and text. Now you might wonder, well, and how do I learn English slang? Because I want to sound really natural and I want to understand native speakers. First of all, let's decide whether it is necessary to specifically study this language layer at all. Some people are sure that for full-fledged communication in English, it's enough to know book vocabulary, like we have in our textbooks, while slang will be remembered by themselves in the course of direct language practice. But linguists here and experts, they do not agree with this point of view. And they say that in some cases, you need to study these words. You need to pay attention to this layer of vocabulary. And here are some tips on how to learn these phrases. Tip number 1, use modern dictionaries. It's important to understand that colloquial vocabulary is extremely changeable and dynamic. So it's really changing every month, every year. And for example, the constructions that were popular and that were used 5 years ago, they are not used now anymore. Tip number 2, immerse yourself in the culture. You know that one of the best ways to familiarize yourself with slang is simply to listen to native speakers. That's what you have opportunity to do in ENGin. This exposes you how slang is used in everyday life and can enable you to pick up new words and phrases quickly. Tip number 3. Watch movies in the original. Start with popular films that you have already watched with translation, and then move on to the new series and movies. If you find it difficult to perceive what is happening on the screen by ear, choose a video with English subtitles. That will definitely help. Tip number 4. Practice live communication. That's what we do in ENGin. We're helping a generation of Ukrainian youth improve their spoken English and intercultural skills with free online conversation practice and cross-cultural connection. Here you can see 5 questions. Please, now I will form the groups. My assistants, Lillian, Genesis, and Tristy, as well as me, we will be managing our breakout rooms and we will talk about that. In order to complete this activity, we will have around 5-7 minutes to talk. Please feel free to be engaged, feel free to express your opinion and tell about slang in your own language. Great, so we are back. Hope you've had a fruitful discussion and let's move on. Now there is a quiz time for us. I want to know how many slang phrases can you guess now. So we are going to have a short interactive quiz. In our chat, you can see the link. The link for this quiz. This link contains 10 questions with a very popular slang and really popular slang phrases. And I hope you could guess a lot of phrases, a lot of slang phrases from our quiz, and we will learn also these phrases more later. And now girls will help us with learning common slang words in 2022. So, and the first word is bossing. Genesis, could you be the first? Could you tell us what this word means and when you use it in English slang?
All right, so bussin', meaning when something is great, people may describe it as bussin'. It is primarily used to describe delicious food like it was very tasty. It can also be interpreted as this food is bussin', or wow, this pizza is really bussin', bussin'. You say it twice to emphasize the meaning.
Okay.
And yeah, that might be it.
That's great. So try to remember this word. So bussin', you're talking about the food, you're talking about the event. It's bussin', it's awesome, it's perfect, and it's cool. Bussin'. Okay, the next word that we are going to look at it today is rent-free. Lillian, could you tell us more about this word?
Okay, can't stop thinking about someone. Rent-free is one of the most interesting online slang terms to emerge in the last few years. It kind of means living inside someone's head and is also commonly used to insult someone who seems obsessed to an unhealthy degree. But some people might also view it as a way to deflect criticism on the internet. This is often used when you can't get something stuck out of your brain, whether it's a song, video, person, they're stuck in there and they're not even paying rent for the space they're occupying. So for example, Harry Styles' new album lives rent-free in my head. Okay. That means I can't stop thinking about it. So,
yeah, that's great. So guys, participants, can you please write in our chat what lives rent-free in your head? For example, the recent song by Kalush, yeah, the Ukrainian band, lives rent-free in my head. It means that it is always in my head and I cannot stop thinking of the song and I'm always thinking it in my head. Can you write in our chat what lives rent-free in your head? Like waiting for answers, waiting for replies. I'm going to write first. Son. Food is rent-free in someone's head. That's great. Anything else? Can you write? Some jokes from TikTok. Okay, great. Today we will learn some TikTok slang. Lady Gaga songs. Perfect. New series to watch. Clothes. So that lives, thank you. That lives rent-free in your head means you cannot stop thinking about that. Okay, the next phrase is bet yes. Tristy, could you please tell us about this phrase?
Yeah, the word is bet, and it's a slang term for affirmation, agreement, or approval. And it could be like it's a synonym for cool, I'm down, and it can also suggest doubt or disbelief. So, like an example could be like my friend asks me, "Hey, do you want to go to the movies?" And then I could say bet. So that's just like it's just like one word. You can just say bet. I would love to go. So, yeah.
Here, so bet yes means just yes, sure, I'd like to do that. Perfect. Let's look at the new phrase, spill the tea. Christy, it's your phrase. Could you tell us what it means?
Yes. Spill the tea. Tea refers to gossip. So if someone spills the tea, that means they are spreading gossip. If someone sips the tea, that means they are listening to gossip. So an example could be, again, like I feel like this is more like if I'm just with my friends and like I haven't talked to them in a while, I could be like, hey, spill the tea. So like they like feel like everything interesting happening in their life.
Sure, that's great. So we're discussing someone's life, discussing anyone's news, so it means spill the tea. Okay, great. The next phrase is low-key. Genesis, can you tell us about this phrase? It's quite complicated for a lot of learners, so could you explain what it means?
So the slang variant of low key is typically used to describe a speaker's desires or emotions. Low key retains the dictionary definitions meaning of a low intensity and not very emotional. However, additionally, it can also indicate something that is secretly, perhaps somewhat shamefully wanted or felt by the speaker. In short, low key is used to describe a speaker's thoughts, feelings, and desires, and it means moderately of low emotional intensity or secretly. And an example of this can be, let's say you're hanging out with your friends, but you don't feel comfortable. So you tell your closest friend, I low-key want to go home.
Я выключу.
Okay, so yes, you low-key want to do something. You want to secretly do something. For example, I low-key want to eat a big ice cream. Guys, could you write in our chat, what do you want to do low-key? What do you want to do something secretly, which is not very probably healthy for you, which is not very improved by your parents, but can you share what do you want to do low-key? Singing, okay. Great. Any other replies here? Shouting. Eat a lot of chocolate. Okay. Make presents. So we have a lot of variants here. So low-key, remember, if you want to do something secretly and you don't want anyone to know about that. We have more replies, the trip, dancing, and so on. Great. The next phrase, which is really popular, no cap. Lillian, can you tell us more about this phrase?
Okay, so no cap means no lie, which is also another expression for seriously. So in more simple terms, cap refers to lying, and no cap means you're telling the truth. So in context, the term can take on many different definitions. And cap can be, the word cap, not no cap, can be used to question whether or not someone's being honest. And no cap is often used as a disclaimer to let people know that you're not lying, you're telling the truth. So maybe I would say, I loved your new shirt, no cap.
Okay, so no cap means no lie, I'm telling the truth. Great. So the next phrase is snatched. Genesis, is this yours? Could you tell us more about it?
All right, so snatch is used to take the place of on fleek, perfect, on point, or fashionable. For example, girl, your outfit is snatched. Her fashion videos will get you looking snatched.
Okay, perfect. So snatched, perfect, fashionable, and so on. Next, a really popular phrase that native speakers use is on fleek. Genesis is also for you. What does it mean? How do you use it in your everyday life with your friends?
All right, so on fleek is often used to describe someone's appearance or style, but can describe anything that is flawless, sometimes shortened to just fleek. On fleek was coined in mere seconds by a Chicago teenager, Kayla Newman, She posted a super short Vine video where she described her eyebrows on fleek. Before going out to a party, let the record state your eyebrows were very on fleek, Kayla. They were perfectly done and flawless, as the slang means. So one way you can use this phrase is, oh wow, her outfit at the Met Gala was on fleek.
Okay, so you say on flick. For example, I can say that today my hair is on flick, so it's perfectly done. I like it today. Guys, could you write in the chat, what do you have on flick? Maybe your style, maybe your clothes, makeup, your home assignment. What is on flick for you? Waiting for replies in our chat. Dancing, do my style. My new haircut on flick. My ability to drive is on flick. My prom's dress was on flick. Cool. My morning coffee, nails. So we have a lot of cool phrases connected with on flick. Okay, the next phrase is salty. Christy, could you tell us a few words about this? What does this mean?
Yeah. Salty means annoyed or upset, especially when like an unreasonable reason. The term salty has come into use more and more in today's society, although it is not being used for its original meaning. Many people use this word when describing somebody's emotional condition. If someone seems irritated or angry, they might be described as being salty. And the original meaning is like salty, like the taste salty. And I feel like this is common with like sweet too, like the taste sweet, but salty means like, okay, here's an example. Like my brother uses this a lot. Like, okay, so like maybe he got on some tennis team and I didn't. So then I would be salty about it. And he'll be like, hey, stop being so salty about this.
Okay, that's great. So salty, annoyed, upset, irritated about that. For example, today I'm salty about the weather. I don't like it. Okay, the next phrase we're going to see today is a drip. Lillian, what does this word mean?
Okay, so drip is used as a slang that means style. So maybe a style that's more fashionable, maybe more expensive. So it can especially refer to things like ice, which is basically expensive jewelry or jewelry that has diamonds on it. So basically, if someone has drip, then they have a confident and stylish look.
Okay, great. So good, fashionable style. That's a drip, a slang word for that. Okay, ditch. Shristi, could you tell us a few more about that?
Yeah, ditch is like to leave a place or person unexpectedly or to not show up prior to plans. So an example could be like, me and my friend were about to hang out at like the movies, and then my friend ditches me, so she doesn't show up. So yeah.
Okay, that's great. Agreed. Okay, the next phrase is ship. Lillian, could you use it? Ship. What that? But it's quite easy. I suppose a lot of people understand that.
So ship is short for the word relationship. So it's used as a verb to indicate a desire between two people that you want to see together. So for example, maybe I ship Edward and Bella from Twilight. That's a popular ship, I think.
Okay, ship. Yeah, relationship, couple. That's great. The next phrase is a vibe check. Christy, could you tell us about that?
Yeah. Vibe check is a term that you'll use when you want to know if someone is down for a particular thing. For instance, you and your friend are contemplating going to a party on the weekend and you want to check if it's cool first. You ask vibe check and they'll provide with yes or no. So an example could be my friend is at like some event and then I'm like vibe check, or like how are the vibes there? So then she could be like, oh, it's like the vibes are good.
Yeah. Okay, I see. So like a vibe check. Do you often use it in your everyday life?
I think I use vibes more.
Okay, I see.
Vibe check.
That's great. Then next phrase, understood the assignment. It's a very also quite a popular phrase. Lillian, what does that mean?
So understood the assignment means you gave it or someone gave it 110%, whether it's what they're doing, what they're wearing, someone who's really just on top of it. So maybe she slayed that outfit. She definitely understood the assignment.
Yeah, that's great. So it means that she understood really what she needed to do and how she would behave. Okay, next phrase, hits different. Lillian, what does that mean?
So the phrase hits different is used when maybe an experience, memory, emotion, feeling feels better than what the standard experience would be as described by Urban Dictionary. So maybe something that would hit different is maybe you're really hungry and you finally get to eat some strawberries that you've been wanting. So you would say, these strawberries hit different.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much. And now, girls, I will tell you more about the TikTok phrases and guys here. So you know that TikTok is a very popular social media with more than 800 million users. And they are posting, your users are posting a lot of information. They are posting short videos. Of course, they go viral, they have background music, and they use special phrases that also turn really popular. For example, one of the popular phrases is to be CEO of. You know that CEO is a director, the main person in the company. But in TikTok means that you are the best person in something. For example, I am CEO of dancing. I am CEO of drawing. Means that I'm really good at it. A lot of people know the phrase shadow banned. We do use it in Ukrainian, and it means to be blocked. So you are removed from the searchers, you won't find your followers, followers won't find you. So to be shadow banned means to be blocked on social media, on TikTok. Heather. Heather means a popular, beautiful, and desirable person that everyone is in love with and wants to be with. When you're talking about the TikTok, all the popular figures, influencers are Heathers. They are the people everybody wants to be with, everyone admires, and everyone likes. Heather, remember this word. Then fit is a very popular phrase for the outfit. Outfit is something you wear. On TikTok, it's commonly used for hashtags with fit. Snish, very popular phrase again on TikTok. You use it when you are shocked or impressed with something. It's also very often used with hashtags. So you snish if you're shocked or if you're impressed, really impressed with something. Fire or lit, it means crazy or cool. For example, Adele's new song is a real fire, is a real lit. It means that it's really perfectly done. Next phrase, pinna, means fixing to, means planning to do something in a short time. And the last phrase that I'm going to show you now is to glow up. To glow up is used on TikTok very often to show the transformation that the person looked, for example, not very attractively and went through a great transformation and now he or she looks fine. It means to glow up. You know, here we have a lot of phrases. In our presentation, we have even more, but it's time for us to practice it interactively. And I'm going to share all the materials with you. Tell me, please, do you have any questions? Maybe you want to ask our volunteers about any phrases, about any situations, so they could help us and they could answer your questions. Please, guys, if you have anything to ask. Thank you for the session. Thank you as well.
I don't have any questions. I want to say thank you for your work and for this opportunity to improve English with native speakers.
Okay, that's great.
That's cool.
Thank you very much. That's really valuable for me. And you will get all the materials and you will learn even more. Okay, guys, thank you really much for your participation today. Thank you very much for your involvement. And and hope to see you next time in our other sessions where we will talk about even more interesting stuff. Thank you. Thank you, girls, Sristi, Lillian, and Genesis for your support, for your participation today as well, and hope to meet everyone later. Thank you, and see you. Goodbye.
Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.